Hello everybody, welcome to this update. Today I'm gonna be speaking about Bitcoin. I'm gonna explain my views and what I think is next for the crypto market, right? First I'm gonna speak about Bitcoin, then I'm gonna move into Ethereum, and I'm gonna speak about just a quick ramble on DXY as well. So, speaking about Bitcoin, we had this low yesterday before the New York session. Yeah, so before the New York session we had this low being put in, and if I zoom in and if I turn on the order flow information so we can see exactly what is going on. So before hitting these key levels, we had this move up right at the start of the New York session, right before that. So you can see here in this section, if I zoom in on the 3-minute chart, you can see on the move up you had this increase in the open interest and you had this positive delta. So people were buying this, considering this to be the low, right? But I knew this was not the low, and I mentioned into my Discord that this is not the low. I want to see this getting liquidated and then have the move up, and this is exactly what happened. I traded this thing live in the Telegram, in the Discord. If you haven't joined, the links are in the description, so I encourage you to join in. I have my long position here. At the moment it's a few 100%, and this is gonna be about 7 or 8 hours per trade. If you like this update, press the subscribe button. Most likely if I close at 97, if I close at 97 it's gonna be 9. If I wait until 102, 104, which is a possibility, it will be much higher, but of course I'm just gonna take profit at 97 or I'm gonna be stopped out. This is the way I trade personally. I capitalize on the big risk reward and I don't trade a lot during the week. I primarily open like 1 to 3 trades per week, and this is enough. I don't look to overtrade, I'm not scalping, I'm discretionary trading, so this is the way I do. And yeah, we tapped into the 89 level, we tapped that daily level, we tapped that naked weekly open, we cleaned that poor low. So what I mean by this, if you move on the left and if you check the TPO chart, yeah, come into here, open TPO, zoom in. Now you can clearly see this poor low, which needed to be fixed. And then below it, this low was good, so you didn't have like a reason to come into 88. But if you came into 88, you would most likely go down to fix this one and this one, because these are poor lows. If you look on the, I believe on the 15 minutes, it's a bit different. I think there were poor lows on Binance, I believe. But yeah, anyway, so these were the two poor lows below that. So this was the primarily area to fix. So this was my point of interest, to be honest. Now what is next, right? I'm not gonna sit here and brag what I did, because I've done what I had to do. I've done my mission. So what's next for Bitcoin, right? So if you take a look at the composite, you're pretty much accepted into the composite, right? So you're expecting a rotation into the point of control, but the primary rotation is gonna be the value area high. You can use the point of control as a price to chop around, you know, but primarily the rotation aim is the value area high, right? So from here, what you can be expecting is a move up, but this move up is not gonna be straight line, right? The idea is to participate in the move up, if you haven't yet. So I have participated from the low 89. And if I get the chance, I will be looking for a compound. And the compound would be, if you take a look at the TPO again. So the current price where it stands, it's outside of the previous day value area. So you can be expecting some kind of a potential move into this void to fill that between 94 and 92. Tap into that naked point of control and then participate for a move up. And this is also the OT from the low to the high. It's coming into that exact area. So this place should hold if this is the low. If this is the low, this area should hold. And then you can be expecting the move up, right? That's my thoughts, to be honest. I have updated this right when this drop started happening. I dropped the weekly update in the Discord, and this was my exact plan. Sweep this, come in, and then move up. But for the move up, if you move above 97, you have this void here between 98 and 102. So any acceptance above these levels would mean like a quick move up to here. So even if you miss this, and if this doesn't happen, you can look for participation between here and here, because this is another void. So you can be just trading the momentum with a tight invalidation below here. If this manages to get accepted into above this weekly, and then from here you can move up. But yeah, that's my medium-term time frame views on Bitcoin. Speaking about Ethereum next, for me, if we reclaim these lows, you would be looking for a sign of trend, and then from here you can have that move up to 3800, 3900. But you can look this purely as a range low, range high, midpoint. I have a short from here, I have accumulated a long from here. I'm good to go to the upside because I believe we're gonna see more upside on Ethereum. I don't believe this is gonna go much lower, in my opinion. This is a good place to buy, my personal opinion. You can be expecting that move up into 3800, 3900. Of course, if this actually fails to reclaim this box, you know, if this actually does this, and we start consolidating into this area, and we start losing this naked point of control, if you start losing this, then yeah, you would be looking bearish. But at the moment you just swept these equal lows, came into the high time frame OTE, you're attempting to reclaim the view up from the August low. It's looking alright, okay? It's not looking bad. If you look into the weekly trend, you came into the weekly trend, which actually acted as support back here in 2021. You don't want to be spending time below it because it's gonna be like an accumulation period. So as an example, the accumulation period, when you go below the trend on the weekly, August 2023, you spend a lot of time below it. Summertime, spend a lot of time below it. You don't want to do this right now because you want to be seeing Ethereum accelerating in Q1, and you don't want to be seeing Ethereum spending a lot of time down here. It's looking alright, it's not looking bad. The next thing is gonna be the DXY. So the DXY is coming into the high time frame OTE, right with the Trump inauguration. So this is gonna be a catalyst for the DXY to top out, in my personal opinion. And if the DXY actually tops out here and it starts moving down, this is gonna fuel a bull run, right? If you have like weak door, means risky zone. And if you take a look at, let's say, Euro USD, right? If you look at Euro USD, it's on a high time frame support level. If you look at Australian dollar, US dollar, it's on a high time frame support level. If you look at GBP USD, it's on a high time frame support level. USD CAD is into the deviation bands, so range high, range low, deviation bands. If you look at, yeah, these are the major forex pairs, right? So it does make sense for DXY to start dropping, and the acceptance into the range will be dropping below 107.5. You drop below that, you have accepted into the prior range, and you can be looking for rotation down to the Valkyrie low. I hope that makes sense. But yeah, that's my current thoughts. If Bitcoin drops below the previous day low, the weekly is gonna be looking disgusting. At the moment it's looking fine. It's looking as we put in a nice pivot low. We swept into that December low as well. We tapped into that fair value gap. And I said right when we were here on the 4th or 2nd of January, I dropped my weekly updates telling to all my members, guys, January is gonna be choppy, prepare for the choppiness. We came up, we shorted this, we came down, we longed this. We're trading this as real professionals, and I like the way we're doing right now in the Discord. So I hope it stays that way. We're gonna continue performing, and I wish everybody all the best. That was the update. Take care, guys.